Hello folks and welcome to the Rocky Mountain Crafter. Today's cards use Simon Says Stamp, Suzy Sunshine and Rainbow's watercolor prints. Now these are already pre-made on watercolor paper, and I take some watercolor colors and color them. And they have these beautiful sentiments on them, such as sending sunshine and rainbows, you brighten my cloudy days, and sending rainbows and hearts. I love that they're pre-made and they're just really easy to watercolor. So I'm just setting up my palette here of paints, which is metallic paints that I just bought off of Amazon, and putting a piece of background paper there for my watercolor brush. Now for my watercolor brush, I pulled out this one, which is an oldie but a goodie that I had, but I noticed some of the bristles were getting, they're not completely straight. They're kind of haywire. And so I had another pen brush here, watercolor brush, and I pulled that one out. That is a Hero Arts water flow brush. So here I forgot to record part of the video, a story of my life. But anyways, I had put that first panel aside and I just did that first one in your typical rainbow colors of red, orange, yellow, blue, green, purple. And here I'm just showing you how I'm picking up the color with the palette and that watercolor brush. And all that I'm doing is going in rainbow order. Now there are two rainbows here, so I didn't want them the same. And so for one of them, I did yellow, green, blue, and purple. And on the other one, orange, yellow, green, and blue, just so that we had a variation of color for both. And then for the clouds, I picked up some of the pearly white color and just went over the clouds very lightly with that color, just to give it this iridescent shine. And with the sun, I did a yellow color, and I went in between the sun's rays afterwards with that same white, and I just did in between with the white. And I did go around the sun, like right around the outside of the sun, with a little tiny bit of orange, just so that it didn't match completely the yellow in the rainbows. I got these card fronts in a Simon Says mystery box at Christmas time, and their mystery boxes are full of relevant products. So even though this is 4 months after Christmas, these card fronts are still on their website. Here I'm just cutting off the orangish color, reddish color off the top. I didn't like it. It looked more like a barn red. And so I just wanted that off there. And I like actually how this looks now. It looks amazing. I had these stars from the dollar store, and I just wanted to, where the stars are on this card panel, make matching stars in the same color. So on the purple, and on the orange, and so on. But I didn't have an orange that really matched very well. So here I'm just taking a Copic marker and coloring one of the yellows to be a darker orange, and then it matched perfectly. And now I'm really loving this card. So I'm just thinking about how I'm going to finish this card off, and I remembered that I had some holographic paper also by Simon Says Stamp. And so I just take some of that holographic paper. Now these come in sets of, I believe it's 6 in different patterns of holograph. And here I'm just using one of the patterns, and again cutting it around that rainbow shape using my largest scissors so that I would get that more rounded edge to it. I find the larger scissors work best. Here I'm just putting that onto a card panel, and I still didn't love it. It had all that white space up there in the top left corner, and I didn't know what to do. So I decided again to cut around it. Again, using my largest scissors, I am just going to chop that right off. I find that you don't get all the flat edges when you use big scissors, but on this one at the end I did see some flat edges, so I do something about it. I'll share that with you in a minute. Here I'm just cutting this down 1/4 inch on each side, and that way it'll fit nicely onto a holographic piece of paper that I'm also cutting for it. But now this card base here is 4.5 by 5, 4.25 by 5.5, and I wanted there to be some white space around it. So I ended up using my all-in-one tool by We Are Memory Keepers to make my own card base. Now these all-in-one tools are amazing. They really do have a lot of different uses, and I've done videos before on how to use these and make your own card bases. So you might want to go back through my videos and watch some of those. And here I'm just putting two-sided tape on it and popping up this whole panel onto the pre-made card base that I had just made. And then, yeah, there's my second card done. So here's my two cards. They came together rather quickly because of these pre-made card fronts. Here is my solution to this little bit of straight pieces here on this rounded edge. I have this sanding block, and this sanding block is by Couture Creations. And I just take my sanding block and sand that edge so that it's more rounded. And it was very simple to do, and it did not wreck the cardstock at all. And so here is my two cards done. So I am the Rocky Mountain Crafter, and I do have my own YouTube channel, and I do have a blog, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and you can join me in all of those places. I have a newsletter that you can sign up for. I will link the products used today at the bottom of this video. You will also find those same products links at the bottom of my blog on the post relevant to these cards. And I do thank you guys so very much for watching. Take care and have a wonderful day.